Yeah, I like them. I like the coils. I think it's a good choice to get the coilovers.
The big one almost got out.
You gotta be careful.
That scares me.
Yeah. So just got my coilovers right here, as you can see. So as you can see, I just got my coilovers right here. Just got the delivery straight up from the FedEx, right? FedEx guy. What we have here are the D2 coilovers, okay? This is the D2 coilovers that I'm going to be installing for the GTI, and this should be pretty good. This and like the BC Racing is comparable, just depends on what you want, right? I believe the BCs are Taiwanese, and this one is Korean, so it's up to you. I like the purple because purple is my color right here. Boom, right? So I like the purple, so I went with the D2s, right? And springs. This is pretty much what you get in the D2 set right here. As I mentioned before, it's up to you. I mean, this is like a sort of middle ground. It's not quite tame or KWs, but they're not Raceland either, so it's something in between, right? It's so mid-range, and I got a good deal for this because it was on sale, 18% off. So yeah, I'm going with these. So what I plan to do with the coilovers, aside from the coilovers, I'm gonna install these wheel adapters right here, right? The wheel adapters right here. So, yeah. So as you can see, for the right here, 15 millimeter, right here. This one's gonna go in the front, right here. Boom, right there, right? So 15 millimeter. And then the 20 millimeter right here, the thicker one, this is going in the back, the rear. It's gonna go right here. So that's the plan. DC coilovers and the spacers, the 15 and the 20. 50 in the front, 20 in the back. That's the plan right there. So I'm probably gonna lower it like 2 inches, and that should be enough because, you know, this car is pretty high. So that should be good enough. Okay, so the plan for the coilovers is to drop it probably around 2 inches. And I would say 2 inches would be like right here. 1, 2, so about this low right here. Boom. Like that. Okay? I know some people think that's pretty aggressive to have like 2 inches, but I actually had it lower with my MK6 before, and yeah, it did rub a little bit, but it wasn't even as low as my 86, my FRS. Now that car was really low to the ground, you know. So even though it seemed like it's pretty aggressive to have like 2 inches right here, because this is a GTI platform, it just doesn't go that low. I mean, some people might think it is, but for me, because I'm used to cars that are lower. And so to me, that's still not super low. I just want to make sure that it doesn't rub. I don't think I need to roll the fenders like I did with my Evo or my 86. But I think 2 inches would be good. Like right here, let me show. Right here. All right. 2 inches. So it's going to be right here. Boom. So with 2 inches it may seem low, but it's not super low for me because I'm already used to that with the MK6, which was even lower than this car. So I think it should be all right. So as you can see, I actually had this car lowered before Christmas, and I barely was able to edit this video for you guys, but that's when I had my D2 coilovers installed at my shop, and they also took care of the alignment, which is cool. Usually I have to take my car to a separate place to get the coilovers done and then the alignment, or me installing the coilovers, which I don't really have time anymore. So it's good to have a place where you can have both your coilovers installed and alignment done. Okay, the MK7 is finally lowered with the DC coilovers, as you can see right there. And I think it's good. It's good. The height is close to the way it should be. I asked for 2 inches, and I believe it looks like it's getting there. My guy told me that it's still gonna get a little bit lower after a couple days, so we'll see. I mean, I just had it done, and you know, at first I thought, oh, it's not low enough because I don't know, the tire's still showing a little bit more than I think, but I'm thinking about daily driving, right? And I don't want to have to worry about all the potholes and just getting into trouble the way I used to with my other cars. I think the height is okay because at least there's no more gap between the tires and the fender. If it gets lower a little bit, that's even better, but if not, we'll see how it goes. The beauty of having the coilovers is now I can adjust it, right? Before, I made the mistake one time of getting just springs, like for the RSX, and then I wasn't happy with the drop because the rear is lower than the front, and then there's nothing I can do because I can't adjust it anymore. With the coilovers, you can always adjust. If you're not happy, right, you can readjust. The only drawback is I probably would need to do another alignment, but we'll see, you know, if it's really a deal breaker for me. Yeah, I think it's obviously better than before. Now, probably all I need to do is get some wheels. See right here? The gap is gone, right? The gap is gone, but I was just hoping that it would be a little bit lower, like maybe up to here, you know? So I'm not necessarily sure if this is really 2 inches, but I don't really know. I don't think my guy would lie to me, right? I think maybe it will settle a little bit more, hopefully. And if not, I'll just try to get used to it. And if after a couple of weeks or so or whatever, I don't like it, then I'll just readjust the coilovers, right? And just deal with the alignment afterwards. So here, so it should go down. It should go down a little bit more, but we'll see how it goes, right? Let's check out the rear tires. So same thing here. Boom, and I got a full tank of gas, so it's gonna go a little higher if there's less gas, right? So thinking, I really kind of wanted it to be a little bit lower, right here, because the MK platform is actually pretty high. It's not like the 86. My 86 came low the way I purchased it, and then when I put the coilover, it was like so close to the ground, you know. But with the MK6 or the MK7, they're higher. Even if you lower them all the way down, they're still pretty high. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, I'll be okay with it. I just gotta, again, you know, this is a daily driver, so I don't really want to stress over how low I can get this car. I mean, I like the car lowered like that on the coilovers. I wish I installed the spacers, but not really because they're not really safe. So I'll probably just change the wheels when the time is right because it kind of tucks in too much as far as the tires, you could see. But you know, hey, it's good for now, right? So now you guys can see how low the car is right there. And maybe I'll get used to it, we'll see. Somebody's playing some siesta music, but it's all good, you know. But I think it's cool right now. Maybe I'll lower it some more, I don't know, we'll see. But for now, it should be good with the DC coilovers. Okay, so originally I wanted to put these spacers for the MK7, right? The 15 in the front and 20 in the back. But then I thought about it. I think it would be a safety issue because I don't want my tires or my wheels falling off, right? I think later on I'm just going to replace the wheels if I need to. Yeah, it's going to look better with the spacers, but it's not just about aesthetics. It's safety too. So I think I'm just going to forego putting these spacers, which is kind of too bad, you know, because watch. 15mm spacers, and this would be kind of the right size for here, you know, to make it come out more for these tires. If you go on the side, you'll see more corner. Yeah, see? Boom. So this 15mm spacers will be pretty good. And then for the rear, here, it would be the 20mm spacers would be right here, would be perfect, you know. There. Boom. So this would make it flush, the wheels, you know, these spacers. But like I said, the longer nuts are right here. Boom. So they're much longer. Too bad I can't make them work because it's just a safety issue, so I'd rather not use the spacers at all. I'm just gonna be okay just doing the coilovers. I just don't feel comfortable with them, right? I don't have to like keep driving around and then be worried about my wheel just popping off all of a sudden. And then not really sure if these are gonna pass the paper test, right? Where you put it next to the wheel, and then if the paper goes through, like slides out, then that means there's still some gap in between, so I don't wanna have to worry about all that. I would just rather get bigger wheels with the right offset and width later on rather than putting the spacers. So that's why we're just going with the coilovers right now. Okay, just got the DC coilovers. We're gonna test drive and see how they feel. Okay, they feel much stiffer than stock, that's for sure. The thing is though, I think the previous owner have had those shocks for a very long time. I don't think he even replaced them. So they were kind of bouncy already. This one, it's pretty solid, you know, it's not bouncy, but it's stiffer. I feel like it's definitely better for like taking corners. But the VW is not like the 86. That one really takes corners, okay? The VW is more like straight away, right? With the, especially once I tune it. Just like my MK6, that thing was quick, man. So the MK7, just like the MK6, is more about just going on a straight line. It's not so much taking turns or, you know, cornering, stuff like that, because I have other cars that are better for that. Just gotta watch the potholes here and there, but everything is good, you know. I like it. So yeah, overall I think it feels good. It's a little stiff, but I put it on medium for all four of the coils, and yeah, it's stiffer than stock, but it's pretty solid, you know. Like when I take turns and stuff like that, I feel like I can take more of the turns with the DC coilovers. But we'll see, you know. I just gotta break them in and then start seeing what type of adjustments I like with the coils, and then we'll just go from there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little review of the DC coilovers. It's still new, so I'm still trying to feel it out, but hopefully you guys get an idea of whether to go with the racing springs or coilovers. But for me, Coilovers is always my preference because I can adjust them anytime I want to. Till next time, stay safe and keep on rolling.